How's that?
Well, all right. So, how long were you with the American Top Team for?
About, let's see, it was 2000, about 4 years. It was about 4 years. I was 2003 to late 2007.
Okay, so now you came from. The question is this, dude. Did you ever see Hector Lombard and Josh Barnett ever like beat each other up at practice?
No, I never saw any of that. I just heard stories, but yeah.
Share one with us. Give us.
Can you give us just one?
Well, I mean, man.
You're friends with Barnett. I know you're friends with Barnett.
Oh yeah, I am. No, I just remember one time. Okay, this is interesting. So this is when I'm living in the gym. Okay, I'm living in the gym at AMC Kickboxing. Okay, and I remember so Josh is dating this girl named Matoka. Okay, and then Josh is kind of giving private lessons to this other girl at the gym named Shannon. Matoka, I mean, she's really pissed that Josh is giving private lessons to this girl, but she's kind of letting it happen. She's, because Josh is making money, he's getting paid to do the lessons, whatever. So I don't know. I know Josh and Shannon just decided that they were going to go to lunch that day together before they did the private lesson. So I'm like, whatever you guys are going to do, go ahead. I mean, like I said, I live in the gym, so just all kinds of people coming and going from the gym all day. So I'm like taking a nap at the gym, and I hear a knock at the front door, and I just wake up and I go to open the front door, but I walk out into the lobby area. The person that's at the front door can see me. There's no way I can get away. It's Matoka. And I'm like, oh no, this is not going to go well. I can already tell. So then I go and I open the door and I'm like, hey Matoka, how are you doing? Where's he at? And I was like, oh, you mean Josh?
Where's who at? Yeah.
And then
who, me?
He said, and I said, I don't know. I think he went to dinner with, and she went, is he with that bitch? And then I went, yeah, he went to lunch with Shannon. and then she just said, well, that's it. I'm waiting for him. And I was like, oh, okay. I just woke up, man. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, so, he's in the sauna. Yeah.
Dude, so then she goes back to her car. I was glad she didn't force her way into the gym and just say, I'm waiting for him here. She goes back to her car and she's waiting for him. So then my girlfriend, the one that I was talking about from before, Erica, the kickboxer, she comes back to the gym and she's just like, hey, why is Matoka out front? And I'm like, oh, well, that's an interesting story. Let me tell you what's going on. So, dude, it's like a movie. The minute I get done telling Erica the complete scenario about what's going on and what's happening, Josh pulls back into the parking lot with Shannon. But not only are they in the same car, Shannon is letting Josh drive her muscle car Mustang. Yeah, so you guys know how this is going to go. So then Josh gets out of the car. Matoka's up in his face. He's going. Shannon is getting out, and she starts mouthing off because I think Matoka's saying some stuff about, about her too. And then those two start mouthing. They get in each other's face, and then they're grabbing each other. Josh is pulling them apart, kind of tells Shannon, go back into the gym, go into the gym. So then as Shannon's walking off, Matoka sucker punches her in the back of the head. And then Eric is going nuts, being like, this is awesome. And she's like looking out the window, and I'm like, no, get away, don't do it. Oh man, we got to don't get involved in this. And then Shannon comes back in. I hear then Matoka goes ripping ass out of the parking lot. Josh comes in, and he's just like, Wah! He punches a hole in the wall. He picks up a ring stool, throws it across the room. And then he round kicks the door, and he's just destroying everything. And I'm just like, I'm not stopping him. I'm just standing here. And then finally he stops. And then he calms down and whatever and whatever. Eventually, that situation sorted itself out. But what was funny was later that night, Matt comes to the gym 3-4 hours later, and then he's in there wandering around because he would always come and stop by the gym. It was right by.
You talking about Matt Brown? Matt who?
Matt Hume.
Yeah. Oh, Matt Hume. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and he comes in, and then he's like, he starts looking around the gym, and he's like, why are there 2 holes in the mat? Why is there a broken ring stool over here? And then I'm like, well, that's an interesting story. And then I kind of sort of start telling him what happened. Then he looks at the wall. Now, I didn't mention that there was like a really rare picture of Matt when he competed in Pancras that he had plastered on the wall. That just so happens to be the place that Josh punched through the picture and punched into the drywall.
Yikes.
Yeah, Matt sees that, and then he's just like, did Josh do this too? And I said,
maybe.
I think that was Matoka.
So. Yeah, I should have thrown her under the bus, man.
Or who me? You always got to go the who me defense at that point. You know, who me?
So what you're telling me is Josh and Matoka are now married happily, right?
Yeah. Definitely, they worked it all out. 5 kids. It's going great.
Is that Shannon Hooper?
Yes, sir. I knew that Miguel would come. Yes,
he swapped.
He swapped. Yes, he did.
He stayed with the training partner. Is what he did.
The muscle cut.
So where does Hector Lombard work his way into this story?
That's way later. That I don't. But I also heard.
It's just a Josh had it rough.
Poor Josh.
We're in, but go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. So no, I mean it's just. But the comical thing to me was Matt was so furious about what had happened. He just started talking. It's like he was talking to me, but he wasn't really. He was talking to himself, and he was just saying, "Well, I'm going to make Josh." He just was just reading off this litany of stuff. Well, I'm going to make Josh fix the wall, and I'm going to make Josh get a hammer and break his own window out of his car. I'm going to make Josh do this. I'm going to make Josh do that. I mean, he was losing his mind that Josh came in and disrespected the dojo like that. And I mean, I get where the guy's coming from, but like, it was just, man, it was the most weird situation for me to get stuck in the middle of it. Because again, I'm like 19 and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that one would have been